Attention Liberation Fleet, we have new orders from High Command. So let's read the words from the brass on what they want us to do next. The next major order, codenamed Operation Black Flag, after a particularly popular brand of civilian-use bug spray on Super Earth, thanks Vox Noctis for the idea, reads as such. The failure to eliminate the targeted number of enemies using the currently available arsenal has made clear the need for additional weaponry. Therefore, High Command has ordered the immediate large-scale production of anti-tank mines. These will be available fleet-wide in short order. This rapid rollout is expensive and will divert funds previously set aside for schoolyard air quality improvement, but the defense of freedom is prioritized above all. Without it, there will be no schoolyards left to improve. Pardon me for sounding a little wrathful and petty for a moment, but after what the public school system did to my brother growing up, the things that they put him through, there's a fair number of staff there that deserve to breathe deep for the rest of their lives, and I'll leave it at that. A sudden terminate wave has overcome the Seath outer recon posts on the planet, Fluff. Hey, Defender of Freedom, how do you pronounce this thing?
The Socorro system.
Thanks a bunch, I owe ya. Scattered reports indicate the presence of new terminate variants. These reports are likely exaggerations, products of less than elite training. However, the terminate incursion is undoubtable. Additionally, an unusual interstellar phenomenon has been detected in the vicinity of Socorro 3, an interstellar terminate spore cloud of unusual size and density. While terminates are known to send spores between planetary space, nothing of this magnitude has been previously seen. The cloud may in part explain the presence of the sudden terminate incursion. The situation is being closely monitored. Out of an abundance of caution, the Helldivers are ordered to deploy to Socorro 3 and eradicate as many terminates as possible, including likely non-existent, never-before-seen variants. Is anyone else having flashbacks to the Shriekers? Because I'm having flashbacks to the Shriekers. The Helldivers are ordered to liberate all nearby planets to prevent possible spread of any new terminates that may or may not exist and establish a quarantine barrier. The way that they worded that last part. Oh, sweet Liberty, I really hope that they are not going to try for another termicide formula. That was fluffing disastrous the last time. Speaking of disaster, the situation on this Socorro system looks spicy as heck. According to my new readouts and studio display, most defense campaigns have a rating between 3 and 5, with higher levels being more difficult, and defenses as high as level 20 have been seen. Socorro is sporting a rating of 40. One of my field correspondents, Oso of the SCS Ranger of Iron, can confirm that Socorro is a swampy marsh planet similar to Gakrux, which means that 500 kgs and low-flying eagle strikes will be susceptible to arboreal interception, meaning they hit trees. You're going to want a support weapon, sentry, or orbital-based build to compensate. He also claims that new terminate variants are present and are rapidly disseminating through the swarm on other planets, citing his recent deployment on Crimsica as evidence. The exact capabilities of these new strains are thus far unknown. This new major order is going to be especially complicated after a dissident rebel attack on the munitions factory responsible for producing the white phosphorus dragon's breath shells for the incendiary breaker. This is going to cause a major disruption to supply lines regarding this weapon for the foreseeable future. A rather tricky conundrum, as the incendiary breaker was often the first thing veteran bug divers reached for during an outbreak. I have been told that the rebels involved in the attack were tried, unanimously found guilty by a jury of their peers, and were slapped up against a wall and shot late last night. Good riddance, if you ask me. Out here, you mess with our supply lines, that's as good as pulling the trigger yourself. This is how disloyalty to Super Earth is rewarded. Gosh, this kind of thing makes me so mad. As if that wasn't bad enough, a new formula for the Flam 40 flamethrower has been changed from a flammable gas to a liquid variety, which is unable to pierce charger leg armor, or burn multiple Terminid targets at the same time. To compensate for this, Helldivers are advised to make short, quick sweeps with a flamethrower, setting the ground alight in the path of the swarm. But, back to the major order. The Liberation Fleet is ordered to exterminate 500 million Terminids to cull the numbers of this new spore cloud, and this must be completed by the deadline 4 days from now. Furthermore, both Esker and Fort Rock must be under Steve control within the same timeline for this major order to be considered a victory. The situation on Socorro looks dire, and our current incendiary weapons have lost some degree of effectiveness, but new weapons will be coming on Thursday. And while it is unlikely that the fleet will succeed in holding this planet, we are encouraged to give it our all. The Mercy is coming out of Alcubierre distorted space in T-minus 15 minutes and will be joining the Liberation Fleet in low orbit for drop operations. Helldivers, prep your gear and eat hearty. Tonight they dine in hell. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy,